You want me to introduce us and the topic? Because I picked the topic for tonight.
You picked the topic.
Did we tell you?
I hit record, so we can.
Are we recording now?
Yeah, we're recording.
Can you hear me? Is my sound good? Shall we test it?
I did.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I tested it earlier.
Because sometimes my voice comes over too loud.
Nope.
Can you hear me at the appropriate level?
You are at the appropriate level. I made sure.
Okay, when can I do the introduction?
You can do the introduction whenever you would like.
Okay, so the funny part is, before we start the show, and we are recording, just to confirm, it throws me off because I don't have the little record sign on my screen.
Right, because I'm recording through OBS.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because it takes up less memory.
Okay.
And to record with the overlay on as opposed to editing it later. That's one of the reasons the files were so large at the beginning, is because I had to change it because it eats up more putting the graphics on it than it does recording with it doesn't we figured out how to get it over there, so. But so that's right. Kind of.
So I will never know if I'm being recorded or not. I just have to assume I'm always being recorded since I don't see the. And this will be used against me in a court of law.
I always assume I'm being recorded.
The world's a stage. I'm always on stage.
Well, no, there's cameras. I have my, the camera on my laptop. I have my webcam, the phone cam. I really feel like, just kind of operate like someone's watching.
You're the star of the show. Ryan is the star of the show. And I'm going to segue right into the introduction. This is the Rita and Ryan Podcast. That's Ryan. I'm Rita. Do we have any theme music? We don't have any theme music yet.
Not officially, no.
Could you hum it?
I don't have anything in mind yet.
Oh, okay. So not official means we haven't created it.
Right.
So I'm not the music creator, so thank you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, all you millions of viewers who will watch this.
Tens of millions.
And subscribers.
Yes.
Subscribe to Jianchor.com. And, let's plug everything in the beginning in case you get bored. Ryan has a brand new podcast called Play Nice. Ryan, tell us a little bit about that.
It is, oh man, I forgot. You caught me off guard. I wasn't prepared for that.
Okay. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan has a brand new podcast. It's so new, he doesn't even know how amazing it is. So, but you have had notes. Play Nice. And if Ryan, if you look at his website, which is trashcanconductor.com, you will see there's a picture with him putting his two hands out, and he has tattooed Play Nice across his knuckles. And that is the name of his podcast. So he's had two podcasts. He just taped them this week, right?
Yes.
You're zip with it.
Yep. One is released. The other one will be, I'll have it out by the end of the week.
So your first podcast on the Play Nice podcast with Ryan, and you had your guest who's a friend of yours, and you talked about Danny. Energy, correct? Energy?
No. He's a research scientist. He's a research scientist and an environmental research scientist, and so it's his job to maintain government land and parks and recreations and
nothing to do with energy.
Nope, nothing to do with energy. We were talking about prescribed burning, though.
Now there's energy and fire.
Right.
So technically,
there is some energy. I guess with the fire. But we're talking about prescribed burning,
Yeah.
which helps to prevent actual forest fires and things like that.
Right. Does
Where
he
the
work in California or
Yeah,
nationwide?
yeah, he works in California.
There's a lot of
Um,
burning that should be going on.
yeah, that's what he and his crew are doing right now. Which
Mhm.
is what we were one of the things that we were kind of talking about how Smokey the Bear had it wrong, where he was like, and so now the reason a lot of these fires are happening is because there's like 40 years of backfill from all the brush that was never cleared out
Right.
because they didn't allow the fires to happen at all. Like,
Right.
because they were putting out too many fires instead of doing prescribed burns where they go in and take out the brush and make sure they get all of the lower level greens
Right.
gone. Um, and because they haven't done
It's
any of that, that's why one of the reasons why everything keeps catching on fire is because there is a like backlog of just brush in all of the state parks that need to be removed.
and it has become so political because there's a lot of environmental activists that talk about what's in that brush, what's living in that brush. And so unfortunately, those of us who've lived here our whole lives have watched it go back and forth. And so what's really been unfortunate in the last 5 years, of course, Santa Ana, where all those mountaintops, we expect fires, we just do, we
Right.
expect it. The problem with is humans were expanding and they're
Mm-hmm.
getting closer and closer to where we live. Or like last year, when the entire town of Paradise, California burned down. And all the
Yeah.
reports afterwards, the reports saying it was a tinderbox waiting to happen because
It,
all that brush up the side of the mountains, because it is stunning to live in a state like California, especially when you live up in the mountains.
yeah.
And so it's that, but you don't think, because in the where you live with the homes is all that's being cleared because you live there,
Right.
but it's the surrounding areas that go on forever that yeah, so it's just a really tough problem. And I show some of people who don't live here, it's like if you ever look at one of the aerial views of the state of California, it's almost all green. There's
Yeah.
because we have so much the topography is amazing, but there's so we're living amongst these beautiful forests, mountains, and the more we expand, the more people we get
Mm-hmm.
closer and closer. And people love to live in the middle of Yosemite. We
Yeah.
got Yosemite, we got Mount Shasta. I mean, we just have beautiful places, and the reason we like it, or the redwoods, and it's because of those amazing trees. It's just yeah, it's like something,
Yeah.
a spark from a transmitter happens, and then boom, it just takes that spark. So it's
And
really, yeah.
he's down here, and
Uh-huh.
so it's a little easier to maintain some of
Sure.
the clearing because we don't have the discernible seasons. Except that up in the mountains. I mean, like
Right.
even the mountains down here in Southern California still get snow during the winter.
But and
Um,
the reason is right because we don't have a lot of that snow and a lot of precipitation,
yeah.
right?
And so it's so
I'm
yeah
thinking,
we
yeah,
have
that, yeah,
so yeah, if you want to learn about prescribed burning and talk and about why a lot of the wildfires are happening, yeah, we talk about uh the one up in Malibu where it actually jumped the PCH highway, which
yeah,
was the
scary.
fire line that they thought would never be broken.
Hmm.
And then when it jumped the line, you know, like because that was the safe space, because that was
Right,
what they thought fire would never cross that line, and it did.
right. And
Um,
what's amazing is you think in areas that there's no human life, fires are a natural occurrence, and they are
right,
clearing out, right? And
yeah,
then
and
but it's
that's
the aesthetic that we're not used to. Nobody likes to
right.
go in and say,
It's
"Oh, it's terrible," but
it's a
then
part of the ecosystem.
it's part of the ecosystem, right?
Yeah, it is
Right.
a part of the and if the smaller fires like don't happen, then like it just builds up, and then like because the tree trunks can handle the fire, like fires, but whenever it gets so out of control that it can jump up to the branches where all the leaves are, that's when things, go wrong. So a little bit of fire, if it happened, like, because it does happen naturally, but yeah,
that's really interesting. It's like, and it's too bad that this is just my take. It's too bad that everybody can't get on the same page of what we're preserving, because there's an argument on both sides that humans stop living around those beautiful trees and let it go naturally with like the ecosystem. And the reason why we have to have controlled burns is because we humans are living near those places. So it's just an interesting conversation, but congratulations on launching your new podcast.
Thank you.
So you are Mr. Podcast Orama.
Yeah, I know.
One right after the other.
I was laughing. I'm up there with Sam Tripoli now. I'm coming for him. Like, that dude has. Do you know who Sam Tripoli is?
I know of him. I don't know how many does he have. Oh,
he's got the comedian Sam Tripoli. He's got. It seems like he's starting a new podcast every week. Like,
oh my gosh, that's funny.
He's one of my favorite comedians. So I love his like tinfoil hat podcast. I watch Broken Simulation.
Tinfoil hat podcast. That's what I know him from.
Yeah, it's super funny. It's pretty interesting. I like it. It's
So the last time we met, we just talked about different subjects.
Yes.
And so I thought what would be interesting is, because I've been doing a lot of research on content for videos for different shows. And I thought, we talk about so many different things that it's hard to, kind of create a show based on just talking about different things, right? But I thought what would be interesting is if you and I were looking for a specific topic to have a show about, and I pulled up like the top show topics and to see if we would want to be interested in doing that. To say, instead of just talking about different things, we would go and start looking at genres of what brings in a lot of YouTube and say, could we do this?
Okay.
Right? With me? Number one, comedy sketches. Could we do a comedy sketch?
It would depend.
Could we be funny?
I think we could be fun. I think we could be funny, but depending on the like, if it's having to constantly write sketches and
I mean, are you
beyond.
funny?
I would get
situational funny. Are you a good straight man funny? Do you just laugh a lot?
I am whatever I need to be for the situation.
Look at you. I better put my sunglasses on.
I can be whatever I need to be for the situation.
Look at you.
for that, but I would get tired of it after a while.
Your chest started to pump out. You'd be like, hello. Comedian, got it.
It's
but you don't feel like writing sketches, and that's a lot of work.
I would get tired of it after a while.
Right.
Is the thing, like,
and we're not improv people.
No. I've done it.
But we could pretend improv, because the big thing is you just always say yes.
It would, yes.
Right? Yes and.
Yes
and. We could do that.
And
yes and.
This would be something that because I'm more of a broad spectrum, chaotic type person anyway. So this, when I hear it, I'm like, oh man, this would be a good segment to bring up every once in a while.
What, your broad spectrum or your comedy, or
no, to do like
and.
a comedy, like the
got it.
Like, yeah, it, like, I'm like, oh, this sounds like a good segment.
Okay, so number one, comedy, good segment, not the entire genre.
Right. Unless you would consider us just being funny and cracking up and cutting up just on stuff being funny, a comedy podcast, then yeah. If we're just doing this and it's considered a comedy podcast because we're funny, like individuals, and we're having a good time, then yeah, no, totally. Comedy, like, put it up there in the comedy category, because I think we are, I think we're funny.
So, and yes, I think we're funny too. And we're the only one watching the show. So
right.
but
So far.
see, I'm thinking that if we'll go through the list and then we'll decide, okay, we're going to put it, because you can pick all the different things that your videos are.
Right.
We're going to click comedy because eventually comedy sketches or some sort of comedy segment's going to come in.
Or
we can just do 30
one.
seconds. You what?
Or pick the kind of the most unlikely but loosely associated one.
Okay.
For
where comedy, well, we don't know yet. We've got to go through them all.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
For
the next one?
The label. Yeah.
Yes. Well, because we can have multiple labels. I learned that on my YouTube Buddy thing, which I'm not doing YouTube Buddy right now because we don't have a budget. But you can tag all these different things. So we could do comedy light. That's what we can do.
Comedy light.
Comedy second.
I would include the it could be comedy.
What were you thinking?
14 different things.
Yes. Oh, no. We've got a lot to go through. Okay.
Yeah. Go for it.
Right. No. So comedy light, but we're not saying no because some of these we're going to say no to.
Okay. Right.
But you don't know which
farming.
One. No, you know what? Farming is not on this list.
Oh. It's a farming podcast. I mean,
come on. I would watch a podcast about dairy farmers in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're missing out. They should put that on there.
I would actually, you know what? Let's just get this out there to the interwebs. I would love to interview a dairy farmer from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Because you know how much and how long you can talk about milk and milk products being, the cow produces some of the most perfect food, and look at how many things that milk produces.
My mom was a milkmaid.
Really?
Yeah, she milked. That's what she milked cows.
Is that one of your made up stories?
No,
white trash.
It is one of the real stories that made me very much white trash. My
mom was a milkmaid.
She was
and then I turned into rap, and then my mom was a milkmaid.
From the time when we first moved to Kentucky, because we didn't move to Kentucky until I was 4 or 5.
She didn't carry buckets on her shoulders.
No, she worked for a farm.
1900s. Okay.
They have machines.
Right.
And so, she would go out and herd the cows in and then, put them in the barn. And
Why would they call her a milkmaid instead of a farmer or a dairy farmer?
I called her a milkmaid.
Oh, Jesus.
She milked cows.
No, the machines milked the cows. She was the farmer.
No, she was. Yeah, but she had to put the things on and take them off.
When you think of a milkmaid, okay, that's still a farmer. See, if it's a milkmaid, that's a term used when, the milk would be collected. Of course, they would milk with their hands.
She's doing the same thing. It's just she's just using machines and milking 6 cows at once.
Oh, okay. So then she would take the milk in the buckets.
It would go to a giant.
Put them on a big
It would
vat.
go to a giant vat. It's a modern day milkmaid. It's a modern technology.
Oh, so when did she, as the milkmaid, move the milk? So her job was more technical, which she'd hook up the machine to the udders and go, "I'm done for the day."
No, you have to do it twice a day. Actually,
that's considered a milkmaid. So
I would.
You would consider a milkmaid?
Yeah. It's the same thing.
That is the title of your
technology,
book.
because it's the same concept. It's a person that milks cows and but instead it's like a machine going into a big vat.
I have studied
the
dairy farming.
Okay.
Because of my obsession with Kenosha dairy
Wisconsin. Farmers. Okay.
There's a story there.
Out in Kentucky though. This was in Kentucky though.
Okay.
Milk. It's not Wisconsin. Sorry, but yeah, milk farm in Kentucky.
That's a kind of a cool thing, but it would be a great title for a book. My mother was a milkmaid.
My mother was.
First question is, Ryan, how'd you get in to be a rap singer? Well, My mother was a milkmaid.
There no disrespect in the title of the job. Like it's interesting. You know, she's
It's
a
super interesting.
very hardworking woman. Um,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Working those
you know,
farms.
like cuz
Dear Lord.
she had to be out there. I think she started at like I don't know 5 a.m. in the
Yeah. Sun
mornings,
up.
and then you know, you milk them in the mornings, let them out, get them back in at night, and milk them again
Right.
at night, and yeah, so 2 times a day. She had the whole afternoon off.
See, I don't think people, because we're so far removed from farm food,
Yeah,
realize the wonder of the cow,
yeah,
in terms of our, for sustenance.
yeah,
And so and I'm not kidding when I say that, is that because what other animal produces that much different type, that kind of food?
right.
A camel? No. No, camels have milk. Goats? No. Goats do
And
have some milk. But
yeah, it's
that milk produced by the cow,
factory
and then
farming makes me sad though.
makes me very sad.
Like, cause none of the farming I was ever involved in was like that, and
Yeah.
so it's hard for because all of the animals that like anyone I ever dealt
Mm-hmm.
with, you know, and like growing up, I knew a lot of farmers,
Yeah.
and like everyone treated their animals really well,
Right.
you know, and
The town that
so
yeah.
like people who live out in the country and farmers, like factory farming bothers like a lot of those people more than
Yeah.
it does anyone else because they treat the animals well. Like, I mean, and even crops, factory farming for like crops and stuff like that, like
Right.
it yeah,
It is right. And so
sort of
how do we feed?
sucks the soul out of
Right.
our food.
Yep. And
Not
yeah, I
it,
do think
it,
though um, it's hard to recover from sucking the soul. But yes, and that's a lot of people um, in my old world, dealing with a lot of veterinarians become vegan or vegetarian after going through vet school, and because they have to deal with all species of animal.
right.
So even though they may end up being domestic pets, they still have to deal with horses and cows and parrots. And so going to those farms or slaughterhouses um, can change, to see how it's really produced can be a life-changing moment
Yeah.
where they're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And yet there's some really interesting things. And this is why I want to talk to the dairy farmers, because it's over the years, over the hundreds of years, we use almost every part, depending on where in the country you're from, or even in the world, what part of the cow. Because my Texas families, they would eat tongue.
Yeah.
There's some brain.
Yeah.
There's some, tail. There's of course tripe. The cow's intestines, and on and on. It's like almost every part, of course, and then the organs and stuff. Almost every part, and we would look back and go, out of a necessity, of course. Out of necessity, you used everything because
Mhm.
that's how, and then you use the the skin, the hide for a jacket or a warmth, to create a blanket or
And
something.
I believe we still
Yeah,
should, if we're going to, like, out of
yeah,
respect for the animal.
right. But
Like,
but that it's that weird. So it's that weird relationship, because my town is a farm town, and everybody who had a farm, it's like they just kind of roamed the property. Even if you had 100 goats or
yeah.
pigs or something,
And you let
they're doing
them
the
on different
4-H, right?
sections.
All the kids are in 4-H, and
Yeah.
then because it would not be unusual to go in, and there'd be a pig cut in half, like uh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
open like on hinges, right, bleeding out, or they're ready to strip it, wax the skin, and it's just preparing it. But it would be one, it wouldn't be thousands, and then you wouldn't see how the slaughter went and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a more,
Because
it seems,
you
yeah,
only take what you need
right,
or use what
yes,
you need. Like,
right,
because we raised our own beef.
Oh
because
wow.
we had where we lived at was just really small. It was like and so we only had room to keep some cow like steers
Right. Mhm.
on, and we would buy them, raise them, and sell them for beef. And so that was kind of our little side hustle, and that we had, but which meant we didn't have to pay for meat all year,
Great.
and
My
and,
fourth grade teacher
and we
was
would
a farmer. Yeah.
share
Go
a
ahead.
lot of the rest of the
Oh yeah.
because I think we only really used about a half of a cow maybe like throughout the
Hmm.
year,
Right.
and then we would give away a lot of the rest of it to relatives, people who needed
Yeah.
it. uh
That's a kind of cool thing that I kind of miss because everybody, especially in California, because you can start planting early
mhm.
because our zone, because it's getting warmer earlier.
Yep.
But by midsummer, you had so many things in your garden because things that grow really well, of course, tomatoes with the heat, zucchini, cucumber, even different. I have not had good luck with watermelon or cantaloupe. I can grow it, but they don't taste very good. But bell peppers, but you can only eat so many. But all of a sudden, when your
Right.
tomatoes, you've got 2 or 3 trees going or plants, and they're producing 10 a day, you can't eat them fast enough, and they're going to go bad. But I still live and I live in a little court where I can bag them up and start handing them out to neighbors. But
Right.
but when I was a kid, it was nobody went to the produce department in the summertime because
Right.
everyone seemed to be doing it, and that's kind of a thing I miss.
We're
But
losing a connection between us and our food. Like we
and our
don't.
food, and the next phase is the connection
Yeah, in
with
making
food,
it,
family, and friends.
it,
Right.
it's like it there's something missing by us not being directly involved with every stage of everything that we're eating.
Right.
Like
Well,
even vegetarians and vegans by like store buying vegetables
everything. Right.
like we're
Yeah.
missing out on a connection between uh yeah our food, like between the
Right.
whole process, because we should be a part of the whole thing, I think.
Right. And the people have just stopped asking questions like, where does it come
Yeah, where
from?
does it
How
come
many times have
from?
you turned the soil? How many pesticides are in that soil? How do
Yeah.
why are potatoes smaller than they were 10 years ago? Why do all the apples look the same way? On and on and on. Because they shouldn't. Because if you grew up in an agriculture area, 2 towns over, huge peach and apple trees. So you can go and pick them yourself. Nothing looks the same
Yeah.
for these kind of, we call it, people would say they were wild trees, but they're like these, you know that if every peach looks the same, so they all fit in a box. I think we talked about GMOs, but
Yeah.
so yeah. So anyway, okay, we won't talk about that, but we just okay. Food. uh
Tangent. What's the next
Pardon me.
topic?
Web series. The human brain is wired to respond to well-crafted narrative.
Yep. We are not a
Neuroscience
web
provides.
series, I don't
Yes,
think.
if you can structure your YouTube channel like a season of television and weave your videos into a narrative driven series, then you can get viewers hooked on your content.
True.
But if we can't even write a comedy sketch, how the hell are we going to write a series?
We could. It would take it would take some work, but that's not what the Rita and Ryan podcast is, though, I don't
That's true.
think. You know.
But you could be whoever you want to be. So you could be a web series writer.
I technically have one.
You mean the
Uh,
cartoons?
yeah. It's technically one.
Are you the voice on all the ghosts?
Yep.
I thought so. Okay,
Yep.
ready for number 3? This one you're going to like.
Okay.
Music.
Music. Yeah.
This is saying, who knows? Maybe you could even get discovered and become the next Justin Bieber or Tori Kelly.
I think I'm a little too old for it to be either one of them.
If you can sing or play instruments, consider covering your favorite trending or hit songs and upload them to YouTube. Can you sing or just rap?
I can sing.
I can sing too. Should we?
We can do some stuff.
What kind of stuff could we do? But we could do it.
Yeah.
Can we do it right from our computers?
I have a whole album where I'm doing nothing but singing, Rita.
Which one is that? On the I
Yeah.
can.
Iran. Yeah,
I
it is the I can't. Iran. It's the in the Grayson falling down one. It's the one where I have a big black eye on the cover. Like that one
Okay.
it's all singing. It's just like kind of weird electronic
What a surprise.
acoustic stuff. It's
Did you auto tune your voice or can you
nope.
just sing regular?
I just sing regular. I don't
You like a baritone or tenor?
baritone tenor. I like to sing falsetto though. Like I love
Like
singing.
Freddie Mercury?
The
You could do Bohemian Rhapsody with our voices doing all the parts.
we could.
Mhm.
No, yeah, more like aha,
Yeah.
take me on. The
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I like singing along with female artists
Then
sometimes.
you could do
I
the
think
whole
that's fun.
sketching. That was one of the best videos, the Take Me On videos with the sketch. Remember
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Okay, which females do you want to do a cover on? Which female artists do you like to sing with?
There are a couple of groups that I really like. Marion Hill is one of
Hmm.
them. Do you know who they are?
No.
It's a group. It's a 2-person group. It's a guy and a girl.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, they're called Marion Hill. I like singing with them. They're definitely worth checking out. And
Okay.
Sylvan Esso is another one.
So what type of music is Marion Hill?
Kind of electronic dance music,
Okay.
I guess.
All right. I have to put this in because oh wait, I know I recognize these guys.
Yeah, they're really
What's your
good.
favorite song? Boy, they've got 64 million views on their
Yeah.
song Down.
That's a really good song.
Yeah.
The first one that I heard, I mean, it's not my favorite, but it was the first song I heard was a song called One Time.
That's pretty popular too.
Yep. Um, yeah, I like all of their music actually. So it's I'm
So we could do that. We could be in Marion Hill cover band. So that goes on with comedy segments, and then we got a music idea.
Okay.
I don't know if I can sing it, but I can try. I mean, I know I can sing, but I don't know if I can sing. I have to listen to it, but I'll listen to it after the show.
Yeah, check them out. They're super fun.
Okay, ready for the next one?
Yes.
Album reviews. Snooze.
Yeah.
Highly popular channel idea. Endless possibilities as new music is made every day. I don't know. I see me. Yeah, I'm more of a
I don't
consumer of the
mind.
music.
Yeah, I don't mind talking about stuff I just heard that I'm excited about.
Yeah.
That I think was kind of cool. Like, oh man, the new, what is it?
Superman song.
Yeah. The new Superman song was awesome.
New Star Trek album is awesome.
And
that's what we could do. Wait, that's one of your genres. We could take the music from Star Wars, Star Trek, and review it in slow detail.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the first 8 bars goes like this. Are we allowed to play any music on YouTube? Because it's copywritten.
Yeah, you're not even really allowed to hum or sing it correctly.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard like people have complained about humming or singing along with something correctly.
What if we did like the Name That Tune when I was a little kid? There was a TV show called Name That Tune.
Yeah.
What if we did that? Like da 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 da. Are we gonna get canceled now?
Maybe. maybe the music.
Let's live on the edge, Ryan.
Yeah, my thing with music is like, if you plan to monetize whatever you're doing, it's best to just stay away from music.
They'll never keep me away from music.
But
I just want to say that.
But I am friends with.
own.
I am a musician, and I am friends with enough other musicians where I'm sure if
we could
we
steal
wanted,
their music.
We wouldn't have to steal it. We could ask them, and they would let us play it. there would be
seriously. We should do you rap, and then how they'll have a rap song, and then somebody sing alongside it. We should do that.
Yeah,
we'll be stars.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll do it.
I'm not kidding. We should do it. Do we have any? We have to write our own though.
Right.
I'd be like,
with your California sunglasses.
These are one pair of my California sunglasses. Go to grifties.com and vote for Rita's California sunglasses. I want to win. Okay. I'm getting good at
grifties.com.
Grifties. where stars are made.
Right. The I ran out of free time to grift for the grifties. Like,
I know we're dropping. I'm holding steady. Rita's sunglasses.
Yeah,
you're dropping. Jianchor's dropping. I know, but
and I'm like, man, I don't have time right now to really stay on top of it. Like I want to. It's there. It's gonna be there all year though. It's gonna be and I will definitely pop back up to be. So
my sunglasses, I kind of want to be, which on the back end of it. Slow and steady, building it. But
keep that sunglasses grift, and that's a good one. Right. And you jumped up. You were at 13 at one point, so you steadily being in the top 30, like constantly has been pretty good.
You gotta grab your chance at starting when you can. Gotta grift.
Gotta grift. If there's a way, there's a grift. If there's a grift, there's a way.
All right, so pretty much we've got comedy segment, web series, music. We're gonna write a rap music where I can sing in the background. Like everybody dance now. Oops. Okay, second time. See, I couldn't control myself. We might get canceled. All right, no one knows what that song is.
You're gonna get all of the ad money for our tens of millions of views taken away, Rita.
Oh my god. Okay, album reviews, news. That's an out. No web series, no album reviews. Next one, you ready?
Yep.
Tutorials, which is what I pitched to you and you kind of met. Whether they're guitar lessons, beauty lessons, or how-to videos about making popsicle stick houses for your hamster, that is something we could do. Popsicle stick houses, hamster, squirrel, rat, mouse. People love learning how to enjoy their lives more. Well, I guess kind of. Yeah, if they watch the show, they'll enjoy their lives. So
exactly.
We're kind of doing the world a favor, Ryan.
We're teaching you how to live.
We're teaching you how to live, right?
It's instructions for life.
That's right. So, did anyone ever call you Rye instead of Ryan? Do a lot of people do that?
No, a lot of people.
That weird you out?
No, a lot of people call me Nice Wonder.
Oh, I see. Because that's your name.
Yeah. So if they do have like if they are gonna do
their last name.
Yeah, they'll go with the last name.
Because that's kind of a cool guy thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Nice Wonder.
Yeah, and I have kind of a cool last name.
You do have a cool last name. People just call me Rita. So let's talk about names.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like you are the right name? Do you ever feel like it's like that's somebody else's name?
I don't know.
Or do you feel like it's like, do you say, yeah, I totally feel like I'm a Ryan?
No, I don't know. I never really liked my name, but I don't know what I would have been called. Like
Steve.
I used to try to get people to call me Andrew or Andy.
Yeah. For your middle name?
For my middle name, but that didn't really.
See, I never.
Shut up, you're Ryan. Shut up, nice wonder.
That's right. Or your mother's like, I'm milking the cows. Stop
Right.
complaining about your name.
Should be right, Andrew.
That's right. So, okay. I won't go into that, but I've got a funny story about my name. And that'll take an hour. But so tutorials, so just by experiencing our show, we're making people's lives better.
Yes.
Okay. Software tutorials, which you said no to.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a software engineer, Ryan. This is made for you to make software tutorials, but having a good grasp on how to use them can make for some good YouTube tutorials. Everything I've learned that I couldn't figure out, I do LW. How do I do this on Canva Pro for Pinterest? Boom, 18,000 videos.
Right.
And then it's like, and it's not, a big TED talk, fancy schmancy. It's someone just,
My thing with tutorials is like, because I've used a lot of tutorials, like tech tutorials.
Right.
Like if there's something in one of the Adobe programs,
right.
like I'm kind of like, what's the easiest way to do what I'm trying to specifically pull off?
Right.
Like fortunately, I've seen enough of those videos to where I kind of know what I'm looking for. Like I've seen some people where I'm like, okay, they don't like kind of tiptoe around the issue, because a lot of people waste your time with the tutorial. And when I was actually learning how to do OBS and live streaming, like I talked to my friend Greg, Quiet Entertainer. I will be releasing his episode sometime soon.
Is that on the Play Nice podcast?
Yeah, on the Play Nice podcast. He's the second one. I just did his interview. I have to edit it.
And that's a new podcast, isn't that right?
That is a new podcast.
I just heard about that this week. Congratulations.
So I actually went to him because he would like live stream some of his DJ sets. And so he was the only person who I knew who live streamed, and he was like, I kind of know. And he pointed me to the right people to watch that aren't going to waste my time with what I'm looking for, because he kind of knew, like, when you have a certain experience level with technical things, a lot of times you're just sort of sitting through like 15 minutes of things that you already know how to do, and you're like, I don't really know, like you can't really fast forward too much because you're gonna miss, so you need to find like that right experience level that you're looking for the certain tutorial,
and that it's not a big sales pitch,
right,
to get you the next thing, because that happened to me.
Well, a lot of these people doing tutorials are trying to sell a program.
Absolutely. No,
I sell plugins
down a rabbit hole thinking
they're trying to, and I'm like, oh, you're shilling.
On the Pinterest thing.
So good on you. Go for it. Get your money and run. But
right. Yeah, I just, not only was it, the call to action, it's like, that's really something, because as a beginner, I was like, oh, those are key things to learn. We'll show you how to do this, this, and this. And then you've earned to do my master class, which, newsflash, it's 10 minutes of repeating what the first two videos showed, and then 45 minutes of selling the $650 exclusive access to the Facebook page. And I wrote my notes like, I'm not on Facebook, but then the emails that came after that, last chance. It's like, okay, unsubscribe. But yes, that's part of the navigating the waters. But because I know the two of us would be, no, this is to be helpful and to raise our subscribers. So that's really what do we go for. But since we can do whatever we want, and we could have a segment that says, hey, I thought it was funny, and I also thought it would be helpful, and people in my age group who were nerds and read books instead of doing everything in the digital space, so just depending on the generation, is that it doesn't come easy to people who can just instinctually navigate, versus, when you're in your late teens looking, learning about the interwebs and the computer for the first time, versus when you're 3 years old and it's already in preschool.
Right.
You're adapting that eye, visual, hand. But there are certain things that that I feel like I'm not hardwired for, that I'm learning. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, but I just think it'd be funny because there sometimes I have to take 3 steps. Like I was really proud of myself for getting that video to you yesterday on the first try.
Oh.
Because usually it takes, I send it, I get it's
you
too big.
Usually succeed on the, like with the other videos you sent, like when you'll send like 3 of them. I got all of them.
And then I think, but I couldn't see it. I think that's what it was. When you send it right from Google Drive, you can't see like it's sent. So then I try to do something different. Now I just wait for you to go, yeah, I got it. I sent you a text to go, I sent it. And then, later it's like, yeah, I got it. Okay. I won't try to do it 3 different ways to clog up all that space. But I'm getting better, but it's funny that there are things that I won't share with the world, the millions of people watching, that
tens of millions,
hundreds of trillions. It's the never been matched viewed podcast in the history of forever and into the future.
We just broke YouTube.
YouTube.
The servers crashed.
Every single person on this earth, including babies being born today.
Yes. Even people that don't have the internet.
The world has stopped and everyone is staring at a screen.
They had us we're playing on everyone's smart devices and TV. Like people are
every gym, every bar, everyone is transfixed.
Each person is watching on at least 2 different devices.
2 different devices. 3.
Why not?
You got an iPad, you got a Mac, you got an iPhone.
Watch on different. I actually do that because I will watch it some stuff on YouTube on my TV, like live streams.
Right.
And then because I can't chat.
Right.
But
I'll do the same thing, right?
And so I'll be watching it on my TV, but I'll pull up the live stream on my computer also so I can type in the chat. and so I'll technically be watching so I get people some views. How does it look on
have you ever watched the Jianchor live stream on the TV?
Oh yeah, that's where
How does it look on TV?
Good. Yeah.
Good. Do we look silly?
Yes, because you all are silly.
Thank you. From the authority on silly. Okay, so now that we've gotten through the hundreds of trillions of viewers,
yes,
let's go on to the next step.
Okay.
This is something of interest. Both of us, I'm sure. Photography.
Yeah.
Photography. YouTube is a great website to share tutorials on. I'm just saying, no, this would be content for us to help people. Tutorials on how to take the best photos for different purposes and equipment. I could do one on underwater photography. You could do one on random pictures.
On how to. I'm only good at framing stuff. Like
you're only good at framing, on how to frame. So that's going to be.
Yeah, like part of directing and so like for my media stuff classes and back in school. Like so, I'm really only. I like framing. Like I've forgotten a lot of stuff.
Plus, kind of. I'm guessing that you'd be like, yeah, I could do like a segment, but I'm gonna be bored with it after that.
Well, no, it's more like of a podcast that I would want to listen to. Than be a part. Like it would be something that I would be like, oh, I want to watch that, but not really.
What if we did this? What if it was? I did the tutorial while you watched.
Well, okay. It'd be.
You watch the square going, oh, Rita, I wondered about that. What aperture would you use when you're 65 feet under the?
Another popular YouTube thing, which is reaction videos. So I could be live reacting to your photography videos.
Okay, that's boring. What are you gonna say? Going,
oh man,
oh my god, that was a 1.5 aperture.
That's exciting.
She didn't use that. What kind of lens is that? Is that an Nikon? What's going on? I didn't expect her to pull that.
Reaction videos. Watch out for the shark.
Exactly. Those are good ones. I know. Well, Ryan, don't move ahead of the list. We're still on the list.
Oh,
So photography, Ryan says.
I don't know the list.
I know, that's what I mean. Stop psychically channeling the list, because all right, photography's out unless I'm doing the tutorial
Right.
and you're doing a reaction video.
Yes.
Which would be funny, but that would move us. That would be a comedy segment. See how it's all tied together?
It
Comedy
could be
segment.
which could also be sort of a
Web
comedy
series?
a web series.
We could tie it all in a reaction video tutorial together. That's funny.
Yeah.
What else can we do? Okay. And could we throw an album review in there? Maybe we could do all 30. We could do all 30. Okay.
It would be the most ADHD video ever. What are they doing?
Okay, video editing. That's something you're going to want to watch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not. You know me. I'm not going to be. So we're going to skip. Video editing is not in our genre.
Oh well, I mean,
unless you did it and then I watched you do it. And
I can video edit, but I don't know how interesting it would be to like.
Well, people are. It's number 8 in terms of the top one is comedy. People
video editing. I think it's
dozens of editing software available to users, but what many overlook as videographers, they may not know how to use them to their full capacity.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super boring unless it's like, unless by video editing they mean like graphics and stuff like that. Then that's a little more interesting.
Posting a tutorial could engage your viewers to experiment with their content in ways they haven't thought of before.
Yeah.
Open up the world, Ryan.
Open up the world to video.
Nice wanderer.
Making these shots transition smoothly.
Changing your life.
Yes.
Okay. This one we probably both need. Mm-hmm. Ready?
Yeah.
Self-help. Another way.
We are a self-help podcast.
Another way you can grow brand loyalty and sentiment is by helping people solve their personal problems.
We are helping everyone
by making sure you have extensive knowledge, education, or personal experiencing surrounding these topics. Okay, we could. Otherwise, people will think you're a quack and lose trust in you. Wait, what?
But I am a quack, and I don't think you should trust me.
So wait, you can give people.
So what if I'm honest about that up front?
It's the. Oh, that would be. Wait, hold the phone.
I'm
back up to the comedy sketch.
Yeah.
Quack advice.
Yeah.
Nice wander crack advice. No, we don't want to tie your name into it. But to say you want answers. There's a great video on that show that used to be on called Fridays. I think it was Fridays, or was it in Living Color? Bob Newhart was on, and the sketch was about this woman going into a psychologist for an appointment, and she starts off complaining. It's like, I don't feel seen. I don't feel heard. My feelings are hurt all the time. And she goes on and on and on. And she's like, what can I do? And he's like, I feel stressed out about this. And I feel, upset about that. And he looks at her, he said, stop doing that. She's like, what? She said, but I feel this way. He goes, stop doing that. Go out and live your life. Go out and find things fun to do. She's like, wait a minute, I thought you were supposed to help me. I am helping you. Stop worrying about that. Like that, just doing it. But we could do a comedy segment where someone's like, Quack Ryan, please help me solve this really complicated situation. My centipede is in love with my dog, which gives us problems.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us, can a centipede and a dog be soulmates?
I mean, maybe, but you should keep them separated. And why do you have a pet centipede?
Right? So
that's weird, man. That's your first problem. Your first problem is you have a pet centipede.
Wait. Whether it's about their career or personal life, you can give people advice about common issues that you've experienced or that they can ask about. So I don't think, I think in order to build the quackery trust, we want them to trust you as a quack. So you shouldn't judge them by saying, get rid of the centipede. Different species. Okay, we can work on that, but self-help is going to be probably tied to the comedy sketch segments.
We are helping. We are a self-help.
We're self-help just because you say so.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one that's not going to work for me, but I can share with you.
All right.
Cleaning and organizing. Usually marketed towards large family household, even single living people can enjoy the benefits of house cleaning tips and reorganization to make a home more attractive. Making videos tackling tough to clean messes or untidy clothing bins can motivate viewers to the same.
I'm a little bit OCD. Honest, I could
you could clean it up.
I could I could talk about organizing.
So there's
and cleaning.
Okay.
I wouldn't necessarily want to, but I have the capacity to talk about cleaning and organizing thing, like because my place is pretty much kept up. Yeah. Like I don't leave things out. Everything goes away. Yeah. Made sure I did my dishes before we started recording because I figured we'd go a while and I didn't want to do them later.
Yeah.
And so,
that's, we would be Oscar and Felix. I mean, I'm not a slob and things are clean, but there's a little bit of untidiness that makes me more comfortable.
Okay.
So I
get it.
Yeah, I would not be bothered with, so you go, all right, I have to work, say like during tax season. So you start collecting things that are coming to do your taxes with. So there's people who would say, oh, I got that. I'm going to put it in a file folder and pull it in a cabinet. Me, I'm like, oh no, I'm stacking. it's going behind the little thing that used to hold stamps, which we don't use stamps anymore. And I'm like stacking them one because they're there. It's like, why go to put it in a file cabinet? They're all right there when it's time to do my taxes. That could look a little cluttered for some people. I mean, it's not like there's tons of forms, but it's on display, as my mother would say. My mother, who was a super neatnik, and I think that's why. Yeah. Everything had to be in its place always, and that was my rebellion.
Yeah. I get it. Leave some stuff out. I'm not trying to
make it look lived in. Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm not like the cleaning, organizing, ergonomics.
Yes, but I will say when everything is in its place, it's very refreshing and it looks nice. But I'm not the type of person, if somebody walked in, I'd go, yeah, things are a little bit cluttered. I'm cleaning something out. I wouldn't bar the door and say you can't come in.
Right.
But yeah.
That's one of the things that I'm like, why? Like when like people leaving messes out doesn't necessarily bother me as long as it's not like garbage.
No, and I'm talking
who cares if you got some shit laying around? Like
we're not talking, hoarders stacked in the thing. It's that you rinsed your coffee cup and the dishwasher was running and it's still running and so it's sitting in the sink.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not, like I said, a slob, but it all depends because it depends on the personality, and this takes us all the way back to our horoscope, because there are people who it's bothersome to be near someone untidy or who's kind of go with the flow, instead of hanging up. I got distracted.
I can't cohabitate with not tidy people. Like I can't cohabitate.
So wait, that's too. Last show, I think you said you couldn't cohabitate with a woman unless you were in a relationship.
No, no. I said I didn't want to have a roommate that I wasn't sleeping with.
Right. Well, those are two ways to say it.
Right.
And so now she has to sleep with you and be tidy.
I'll clean, just don't, just pick
Mess
up
it
after yourself. Yeah, just pick up after yourself. Like, it's not that hard to clean up after yourself. Like,
now, would this make you crazy? This make you crazy? She's like, yeah, I just did the wash. I'm clothes out of the dryer. Don't want them to get wrinkled, but I don't want to hang them up, so I'm going to drape them over a chair. Would that drive you crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, a week later, those clothes are still over the chair.
I probably would have moved them by then.
What if she was like model beautiful?
I mean, she'd have to be. I'm shallow.
Oh, so she ain't even getting in the apartment unless she's a model beautiful.
Right?
She's got to be, yeah, okay. Oh, I can't even imagine what your profile would be on a dating site.
It's my profiles suck. It's
Really?
I have no, like, I ain't mad nobody swipes on me. Like I wouldn't either. Like, my dating profiles are terrible. Like, they're
Really?
they're super minimal.
See, that would be a great show.
Like, it's
Talking about dating profiles, how to present yourself in an honest way, but yet weed out some of the stranger people.
Yeah, and it's
Because
also where
yeah.
I'm at. Dating's really hard in Los Angeles. Like, it
Right?
seems it's just weird here for that. And like, I don't really want to, like, I mean, on the
Start a life
real,
with
like,
somebody.
joking
Yeah.
around about model, like, I don't really
Yeah.
want to, like, I don't really want to, like, I'm not really interested in being in a relationship with an actress, like, to be, or like a show business type, to be completely honest.
Because
Which
they have to be
of narrows down the
in LA, huh?
the options to next to no one out here. But because I would prefer, not the I don't know, musician would be cool. Like, if they're like, because I'm artsy, so I would definitely enjoy being in a relationship with an artsy like person. But yeah, not necessarily an actress.
But now, on how good of a catch are you? Would you drive someone crazy?
Oh, probably, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
batshit crazy, so I would.
Right. I'm trying to think, like,
No,
astrologically.
I'm not even gonna front like I'm a catch. I mean, I'm
No. Everyone is a catch. Everyone's a catch for different reasons, but
yeah, no, I'm not.
But do you believe? I mean, there is
delusional
somebody.
About myself.
No, but you. No, but there's nothing to be delusional about. You're really talented.
Oh, thank you.
But only you know your quirks, right?
Right.
Like, what makes you?
I drive myself nuts half the time. Like,
because
I'm with me all the time, and I'm like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. That's what like, someone said.
How am I gonna do this to someone else? Like, I can't put someone else near this.
I know you're preaching to the choir, because I did the same thing. Someone's like, "Oh, your humor's so self-deprecating." I said, "Hang out with me for 12 hours a day."
Yeah.
That it's like, right. It's like, trying to,
come along.
The little moths in the flame. It's like, don't you ever stop coming up, don't you ever stop. It's like, no, I don't. I'm good with that. I used to be embarrassed by it, but now it's like, I'll do this and I'll do that and I'll write a plan for this. And it's like, it's just my brain, the way my brain works. And then people are like, you're exhausting. It's like, I could not think of just doing one thing, but, and I think that's part of it. It's hard to articulate everything, but that's the creative part of us.
Yeah.
And then when it's unleashed, it's crazy. And then I will say, and people will call it maybe, if they want to be clinical about it, it's more of a manic time.
Right.
But I don't think it's any kind of mental impairment. I think it's when we're unleashed, that creative part, which is so beneficial to humankind, because that's my thought is, there's going to be the analyticals who are going to be analytical, and then there's going to be the creatives. But together, the analyticals keep the creatives in check a little bit, because otherwise, how would we? We need to have an analytical to go. You need to be able to balance a checkbook and pay your taxes, because that's how you're going to live in society. But you need to keep dreaming, because you're going to be creating things that are going to be better 20 years from now, 50 years from now, 100 years from now.
Yeah.
And yet the creative and the analytic fight, because the analytic is like, I'm good here. I don't need to be off creating, videos.
I don't need your crazy ass.
I don't need your crazy, right? But and that right, because they, we're hippies and we're, free to be you and me, and like everybody's part of the party and the family. And, and analytical would go, no, that's not how it works. But, anyway, but yeah, that would be, but you see that just in our group too, because the level of creativity, and I think what I started to think of is that those of us who have a creative streak, but also when your balance is, which is Libra is balance, I sometimes think both sides of me are kind of balanced, and I know who it's safe to be cuckoo crazy creative with, and I know where I can tamp it down a little bit. But it is fun, and I think that's why you and I connect. It's fun to be cuckoo crazy creative.
Yeah.
Because that's a very comfortable spot, and that's kind of a hidden thing that, because otherwise people will be derogatory towards it, to go, really, that's crazy. It's like, really, you want to see what we've produced?
Oh my God,
we write songs, we write books, we write music. It's like, it's that, right? We create things that make people's life easier.
And I have so many different things that I've been plugging along, like over the years on, where it's like, in my free time, I'll slowly be working on this art project and that, like, just all kinds of just different stuff that's been, plugging along that, I just haven't given up on. It's just sometimes when you're like truly passionate about making art and you want to finish it, sometimes it takes a while because you got to pay rent.
Right.
Well,
definitely. And I think too that one thing that I have is that I can appreciate the artist, and I may, and so I think sometimes that's my role, is kind of being a conduit to it, that I don't have, I'm not a painter. I can sing, but I don't write music, but I can be part of the party, but I also can spot it and enhance it in terms of saying, let's create a platform so we can showcase all these talented people.
Yeah.
And, so it's really, okay. Are we ready for the next one? How are we doing on time?
We are 1 hour in, an hour and 6.
My timing's getting really good.
Yes.
You didn't even have to signal me the signal, which is, Rita, this is your signal.
Well, I lost track of time about 20 minutes ago.
Is that because you're bored?
No, it just means I just hadn't looked at the timer in a while. It's been about 20, because it was like 40 something minutes. So yeah, go on. Next topic, I guess. Yeah, so that's what.
This is what's interesting. We could have an interesting conversation to our hundreds of trillions of viewers about just having conversations about topics.
Yes.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. Different. Good. Yeah.
You can shut this down whenever you want, by the way, because I could keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this one is something to consider after talking about your dating preferences. Could we do a topic or content on style? How's our style? Everyone wants to look good. That's what it says. And by evaluating new clothing, so we would be the judgy Judgersons.
Oh.
Keeping people updated on new trends. No. And teaching them how to always look their best. Maybe, wait, back to the comedy sketch. I have a brilliant idea. You could model, and then we could build a dedicated YouTube following Ryan in his attire. This is how you wear. What t-shirt are you wearing? Are you wearing one of your t-shirts?
Speaking of shameless self-promotion.
See?
I'm wearing
can you model
one of my Johnny No Pants shirt.
Okay, so we could say everyone wants to look good. Look at how good Ryan looks in that Johnny No Pants shirt.
Yes.
Ryan,
you too can get one at trashcanconductor.com.
Wow. How many different colors does that shirt come in, Ryan?
Like,
do you know anything about your channels?
No. Around 20.
So there's
around like 20, like I was trying to think. I was like, okay, is it? I don't. Like, I know.
I asked you about your 15. Podcast, and you got it.
Well, for the podcast, like, I have like a funny kind of little thing for it, but because
I caught you off guard.
Yeah, you caught me off guard, and it's written down somewhere.
You weren't prepared.
Yeah, it's so like the thing, it's like it's a podcast about like okay, I got it. Okay. It's a podcast about everything, or it's a podcast about basically nothing and everything all at once.
Okay. But is there a style component to it? Will there be a style component?
It is pure chaos.
Is it? That's the style.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily pure chaos, but it's just sort of real random, smooth conversation.
Pretty much how your brain works.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
I wanted one where I could just fully
stream of consciousness.
Yeah, go Ryan. Like, cause it's funny, cause when I was doing Greg Quiet Entertainers podcast, he was like, yeah, we didn't even actually, like, we spend the first, like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes just chit chatting about just like random stuff. We talk about movies and TV shows, celebrity encounters. Just like, so, we went like a good, and I think those are fun, where you just get, like, with the interviews, where you just get the other person talking about just random stuff that they like talking about.
Right.
And because eventually when you talk about stuff that you like, it will naturally go into what you're trying to promote.
Right. And that's the neat thing about doing different things, having the experience with different people, and then having are you putting caterpillars in something? It looks like
I was pouring water.
Because it just saw the top and it looked like something was coming down and it looked like pouring caterpillars in.
I needed another glass of water. Hydrate.
Okay, well, this leads us to the next one.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Cooking. Ryan, we should do a show about your cooking pancakes.
I don't know if that warrants a whole show. That's sort of out of my need. Like, I don't really like cooking, actually.
Mm-hmm. Do you need a woman who can cook, have sex with you, and be a model?
No, I can cook, like,
and be neat.
Like, this makes me sound so terrible. Here I am, ladies. No, like, I don't like cooking for myself, like, at all. I think
so, ladies,
I'm actually cook. You don't have to cook. Like, I will cook. I can cook.
So you can cook pancakes.
Yeah, I can cook regular stuff. It's just pancakes are.
All right, name one other. Can you cook spaghetti?
Yeah, from scratch, like tomatoes and shit. Yeah.
Can you cook her dessert?
A what? A dessert?
Dessert.
If I had, I don't have an oven, and so I'm good at baking. Like, I bake really good cookies. And
how do you bake without an oven?
I
go
don't.
to somebody's house?
I don't. When I had an oven, I would bake.
How do you have
I need a bigger apartment. No, it's just a studio. It's like a kitchenette. Got like burners and microwaves. Like, so I have a stove. It just
but there's no bottom to it.
Right. It's the joys of living in a studio apartment.
So ridiculous too, because I bet you pay a lot of money for it.
Yes, I do. I could have, like,
and you don't even get a stove.
If I lived anywhere other than Los Angeles, I could have a really nice house for what I pay.
For what you pay, I know. All right, ladies, listen up.
But hey, like, I'm one of the few people out here that actually has their own apartment. Like, I mean, yeah.
Oh wait, so it's a studio. So you walk in and you see your whole living space.
Yeah, it's like.
So everything. You have to keep it neat.
Yeah. I have to keep it neat. And
that would drive me even crazy. Sharing a studio with another person. Who didn't keep their stuff up.
Yeah. The
even if she was a model for you.
Right. Which hopefully I mean, I'll definitely try to
model
try
artist.
to try to date up, so hopefully she has a bigger apartment.
Oh, Ryan. So he's making moves here. Okay, so
I will cook and
I'll
clean.
cook you spaghetti. I can't bake at this point because yes, but you know what?
If she has an oven, I'll bake.
I got the cookies.
Yeah.
We are building your dating profile as we speak.
It's I definitely wouldn't mind like, staying home, cooking, cleaning. I'd be a good house husband. It wouldn't bother me.
You probably have to find who would be supporting you.
I don't know.
No, but yeah, I could totally see because you'd have to have I would say, do you think you could live with somebody in the house 24/7? Because don't you need your time to be alone?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That's the hard part. That's the hard part when, because I think we've talked about it.
I mean, it's one of the reasons why I've avoided real relationships.
Yeah.
Basically always.
It's a weird thing, but it is important because could you take somebody clingy on you all the time?
It would depend on what they're into. Like, if we were into the same thing and trying to actually build something together.
Yeah.
Like if we were creating something and building something, like if she were also an artist like me and we were, like kind of tag teaming this together to try and make as much money as possible. And, we were working together and around each other all the time. I think I could handle that, as long as, we can go to separate corners to go work out and exercise or something, like I can go, I like running, so just let me go run for a couple hours. and
if she lives in Malibu, you got a good spot.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Okay, ready? This is
definitely. I definitely would not complain about living.
If you're looking in the spiritual sense, really setting your sights on what you really want. So it's all coming clear. You're Ryan's perfect woman. Malibu, independently wealthy. Requirement would be to have sex with you because you're living together. That's one of your requirements, which is natural. You're in a relationship.
You would like to think you would want to.
Well, yes, you would think that, but that's required. Yes, but you can't assume.
Right. You would like to think they not. Assume. You don't have to, but it'd be nice.
But it would be a natural part of a relationship. Yeah, but you can't assume.
I would appreciate it.
Because what if you met the beautiful, independent Malibu, wanted somebody to bake cookies, but went, I'm pretty much over that period of my life. I don't want to do that. Deal breaker.
What, if they didn't want to bake cookies?
No. They didn't want your cookies.
If they didn't want to.
Everything was good.
They're like, it's dried up. It's all.
Stop it.
We're shutting down.
The store's closed.
Store's closed. That would
you can feed me. You can run out on my private section of my Malibu beach. You can be my man, but we got separate rooms going here. That'd be hard to do.
Yeah. Like,
unless you had a younger sister.
I mean, why be in a relationship, like that? Like, if it like that type of relationship.
Yes.
Like, we can be friends.
Especially if you be the house husband.
Yeah. We can be friends. You'll have to,
I would think
it would turn, my role would then shift to butler and I would need to be paid.
Yes, but I would think if you would technically be a bit of a kept man, right? Because you just bring income from your art. I would think that sex would be a definite requirement of that whole thing.
Well, yeah, I would kind of feel like that would be the only
reason
like, hey,
you would what? I'm not a machine.
Like, I would feel the only like if it was like, yeah, the only reason they would want the dude that cookies. Doesn't contribute anything except cooking, cleaning, and it would also be for sex.
Right.
Like, so I feel like the guy
you'd be willing to do that. So
yeah, I would be willing.
We could add gigolo. We could add gigolo. To yours.
So,
but look, you get to run on the beach.
Any recent divorcees?
Right. It's like really go, you have no idea. And
Oh my goodness.
yeah, but it's authentic and it's always good to get your, like I said, the divorcees, because that would be more likely somebody who is
Yeah,
independently
no.
rich, especially Malibu.
Yeah, there's probably it's probably a good population of
But how do
those.
you feel about a lot of people in LA kind of feeling that peer pressure of having a lot of plastic surgery, added parts of their body? Are you just used to that now?
Um I
I've seen people who are
don't
just regular people, like in sales, that
that
weren't
get
in the
it. I don't
Hollywood.
know. I don't
Yeah.
ask. I don't
Hmm.
look like I don't know. Like
But you've
I don't
seen
know if
women who have
I
a
don't know
definite
if
that
I
you could tell that have a,
Oh, I mean, yeah, you
like the boobs are just too perfect or their face is a
yeah.
little tight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you
But
run
that's not a
into
thing. That doesn't bother you.
no, it's the only thing that I do think about. I mean, not
Yeah.
necessarily like I don't care. It's just one of those things where I'm like if someone does have heavy plastic surgery
Yeah.
and then when they're married to someone, I'm like, oh man, they're kids. Like, because somebody's gonna think like when they meet someone who has like if they meet someone after a lot of plastic surgery, and then if they're thinking about
Oh, I see. You're
procreation,
not gonna know what their kids are
yeah,
going
you're
to
not
look
gonna
like.
really know what your
Right.
kids are gonna actually look like because that's
Oh.
not what your spouse looks like. And if you never really, if you didn't meet them till after they had plastic surgery,
Oh, right.
then it's like, what are the kids gonna actually look like? Like you could end up
Right.
having,
Because you
like
would think though, yeah, it's such an amazing process. Especially women go through. Women are more. It's more common for us to see women who've changed their facial features.
yeah.
But I think,
And I'm more
what about their
talking younger
pictures?
women. And I'm more
Right.
talking about because it
Exactly.
is a trend that a lot of
16,
younger
17,
yeah,
18. Right. I mean,
it
we're used to people having their
it's
noses done, but then the eyelids raised, their cheekbones done, their jaw shaved.
it's like
Yeah.
what do they actually look like?
Right. And
It's I
right,
mean,
right. To say, but I think too, just on that thought is, what are you going to do with all your pictures
yeah.
beforehand?
I
All
don't
your school
yeah.
pictures, you're not going to look at anything like it,
And with effort, there's enough things that you can do without surgery to change some stuff on your body, through like
Right.
exercise and diet and
Right.
uh
But that's yeah,
drinking water. I mean,
yeah,
but it takes effort. Like, I mean,
right.
I've gained and lost 100 pounds. And
Yeah.
so, I know it takes effort. To,
Takes effort. The only thing that is it's a really interesting thing to talk about is we don't know what it is in someone's head as to why they want to change the way they look
right.
drastically, right? Because someone says, like I said, that someone getting their nose done, getting it reduced in size, ladies having their breast reductions because it just disproportionate. You're just like, oh, okay, that's no big thing. But to completely change because of a trend or because it used to be, it would just be models and actresses,
Yeah.
and now it's getting more and more mainstream. And that's what I think about is it the messages we're being told about what's beautiful and what's not,
Mhm.
and for just like what I call a regular person to go, I met a woman probably maybe she's in her low 50s, but you could definitely tell, and your facelift doesn't last forever. So you think, where's this, what's the story there? She's really pretty, but because it starts to sag after a while, but it doesn't look like, because it's just normal for as we age, our jowls go down and it rinky-dinks. But you, but the minute you start pulling everything back, doesn't, to me, it's just you're pulling it back and you're starting to resemble other people who have their skin pulled back because it's not a natural progression. But again, I look at myself in the mirror and I can understand why women would want to change, because you go, oh, when you're 20 and most beautiful you've ever looked before, you put some lip gloss on and you're good to go. And then as you get older, start to look like your mother. I go like, what the hell? No, and my mother was, beautiful when she was young, but it's yeah. So sometimes you look in the mirror going, I do not feel the age that I look. But I've done that microabrasion or microderm where, it's like they sand like layers off your skin.
Okay.
Never done like the chemical peel, but
well,
stuff
one of the
like
things
that
for guys, like, is because we shave, and
right?
so we're constantly exfoliating. So it's kind of one of the
right.
like we're with men, like it, like with some of the face stuff, like that's not
Right.
really one of our thing, like
Yeah.
because I do have to moisturize. Though.
Yeah, and it depends on genetics. I come from wrinkly people, so I'm not too surprised that I have wrinkles, but yeah, and I don't know if, especially being in the sun like I am now, this is just being out in the garden 10-15 minutes with sunscreen on, but I know I've got I should show people, it's like that's the difference is this is just being out, right? Because you can see I'm not out there sunbathing. It's just this is where I get hit. Now I'm wearing a hat, so I'll look, but that's it. I could go get darker and darker, but that's gonna make me more wrinkly, and I understand that. But
yeah, anyway. I stopped trying to get tans.
You're very pale.
Yeah. Oh, I purposely stay pale.
Yeah.
Like I wear.
You could tan.
I can actually for a. Surprisingly, yes, I can actually.
Same, yeah.
But
because I get pretty pale in the winter time.
I wear a huge hat when I'm outside because I'm outside working. But so I wear a huge brimmed hat, like with the thing that covers my neck. I wear long sleeves in the summertime.
Yeah. I have mainly now because I just wear a ball cap when I'm outside, but I'm trying to plant this. I have garden boxes, and they're specifically in the way far back of the backyard, where the biggest sun comes during the day. But even just being out there, watering early in the morning, the sun can be pretty intense.
Yeah.
It can be 75 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning. But anyway, but that's where you can see it's starting to go. It's like, okay, I'm getting good on my face, my chest. I have to get, well, maybe I'll start wearing a turtleneck outside. I don't know. But yeah, but that's the thing, is that sun, it looks great. When you're younger, to get a little bit of that touch, that little bronzing, but your son's going like, yeah, well, you're gonna be a baseball mitt in a couple years, so knock it off. Anyway, okay, ready for the next one? I know that we could just, there's a zillion, but I want to do this one because I think you could lead this. Ready?
All right.
Yoga. Yoga. Can you be a yoga? Another form of fitness
I do like yoga
to explore is yoga. You seem like you'd be a good yoga guy.
I used to do yoga a lot. They do it's donation yoga out here at Runyon Canyon.
Beautiful.
And I used to go to that, and then I stopped. I haven't been to a live class since everything got shut down.
Right.
But I used to go on Mondays and Wednesdays, a thing called Black Market Yoga, which is really cool.
That's so LA. That's so LA.
It's at the Women's Center over in Hollywood, right off La Brea, and the instructor Daniel, he usually plays like really cool music, like a lot of like stuff like 07, some like alt.
Have you done that sweat yoga before? Have you done that? Sweat yoga, that I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's like they turn the heat up.
No, but I have done some outdoor yoga when the sun's hitting you. And you're, and it ends up being about that hot, like outside. Right. Like there's, I've been to some classes like that. I do like yoga. Yoga is awesome.
Should we do a yoga show?
Yeah, we can do a yoga show.
What we would need to do is,
I would need to learn more about yoga first.
Demonstrating how to do different versions of yoga, like Ashtanga or Hatha. You're helping people to calm and stay fit during their busy lives.
Okay. Actually, I would have to actually do yoga poses. I mean, I guess I could do that.
Demonstrating. I guess we could do stick figures. Maybe we could do the
I
ghost
mean, I
doing
can do
yoga.
I can do some poses.
So you don't seem that excited about it. Or how's your passion meter with yoga? Would your girlfriend have to do yoga?
No,
Would that
I don't
be
care. I
okay?
mean, I
Well,
don't care. Like,
I'm just utilizing
I
this to do your
hopefully
profile.
like ideally it would be someone that does like to exercise because I like to exercise.
Yeah.
And
See,
so
was
and
that so
it's
hard?
always but no, it doesn't have to be yoga. Like that specifically. Like I like yoga. She does I don't care if she wants to do yoga with me. She can
Yoga plus or minus, good with you. Yes.
yeah.
So yeah, so it's awesome if you like yoga. You like yoga,
Yeah.
but if you don't,
Yeah,
fine.
fine.
Let's go run
Just
12
hopefully,
miles.
yeah. Just hopefully you're into some other form of physical exercise. The
Like
like
prerequisite to living with you.
biking, running, just body weight exercises,
Okay.
Taibo, I don't care.
What about Cobra Kai
Cobra Kai. Oh, definitely. That would be
sensei? We could do classes. We could do. You could be Ryan the sensei.
Cobra Kai never dies.
Never dies. Okay, ready? This is a big one. This is where we probably could hit it to Justin Bieber levels.
All right.
Dance. Dance.
Dance.
Whether you're a professional dancer or just somebody who likes to move, you've said it. You want to move. You love those exercising. Making dance videos of your favorite songs can make great entertainment. Choreographed numbers or freestyle moving to the latest chart hits can keep your content relevant and inspired others to dance along.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that TikTok millennial ish.
You can dance if you want to. You can dance your cares away.
That is a false statement. You cannot dance if you like, because some people just can't dance. You can try to dance if you want to.
And what kind of people would those be?
I can't dance. I'm so bad at dancing.
I did not realize that.
I'm
kind of feeling like.
I am terrible at dancing.
Have you tried?
Yes.
But if you're a musician, how do you keep the beat? And you've got some good beats with your rapping. So what is rapping?
Like,
you just go,
okay. It's like with dancing, I feel like it's something that involves your whole body.
Right.
Like, and I don't know.
Just do the Charlie Brown dance, Yeah,
I can only do stupid dancing. If you want to see me dancing,
do the hustle.
I am on Netflix. Like I'm like from doing background acting and stuff. I'm like the Where's Waldo of Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dancing in several TV shows.
And what's your dance move, Ryan?
Find me on Netflix.
I got to look at every movie on Netflix to look for you.
I'll narrow it down to some TV show. It's just some TV shows. I don't think I've been dancing in a movie, but there's been several TV shows
that you can see yourself in.
Yeah.
And what kind of dance were you doing?
Just stupid.
I want those clips to be added to this video.
Some stupid nerdy, like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm moving in sort of a rhythmic fashion.
Do you remember the song?
No, it's almost usually never the same.
What do they say? They go lights, camera, dance.
Yeah, well, actually, they turn off the music, and so like when you see people dancing on TV and stuff in real life, there's no music. They'll play like 2 or 3 seconds of a song, and then they stop it. But you have to still keep.
Yeah, for editing, they don't want everybody to stand.
Yeah. And then they'll do the dialogue, and you got to kind of walk, pretend like there's music playing. And
did you get paid? Did you have any lines?
No.
Did they?
What?
Were you?
What?
Did they?
they what?
Did they have a circle around you, and then you did like this breakout dance? You know how in movies,
Yeah,
the kids do the
where
circle and they
everybody
start clapping,
just circle up and
then somebody starts in the middle, does a big dance.
No,
Was that you?
no, not at all.
I just had that thought, and I thought you could totally do it.
I would have to be
I just
choreographed.
couldn't say it.
Like I might be able
Me?
to dance if someone like completely choreographed everything. Like I mean, this is the expression that's supposed to be on your face. Yeah, I'm just bad at dancing.
Reaction videos are big. We know that. Food reviews. Food reviews would be easy.
Yeah. This water tastes like water.
But yeah, so that's all with this one. And I know we've been doing this a long time. So as we conclude the topic options,
yeah,
kind of we're gonna
of these
have a segment of something. Of these, what would be
well,
your
I was
number
gonna
one?
say if we were to classify what we are of this, I think it would just be like if we had to pick one of these, it would probably be comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
You think we're funny?
A little bit.
Hmm.
A little bit. It would be maybe comedy or yeah, I guess it would have to be comedy because we're just, you know.
You don't want to talk about the pancakes?
I mean, I'll talk about pancakes.
We could do reaction videos. You don't want to dance?
Yeah. Oh, I do not want to dance.
The clothing line?
Not
you could model
with,
your...
yeah, no. No, I think I like the format we have going on.
Well, what about the... So what you're saying is that was a complete waste of an hour and a half.
No, I think it was great to
brainstorm
to brainstorm and talk about.
What about funny animals? We could have funny animals.
Types of podcasts and videos that are out there.
What about celebrity gossip videos?
We could do some celebrity gossip videos. I like all the drama behind the scenes a little better than the actual movies these days.
Right? Well,
like it was more fun hearing about like the Zack Snyder Justice League stuff. It was more fun hearing about all the fan drama than the actual movie. Like I don't care about the movie. Like the fan drama was more fun. Like just listening to like everyone's thoughts and it's super like man. And I actually know somebody who worked on it. So, which makes it even funnier to me because I'm like, I actually know someone who worked on.
Right. Well, my thing too is what took so long for that to be released? Was it just a studio thing?
No, there was
or he was still working on it.
No, there was no Snyder cut. Like they had to spend $70 million to make that movie. Like it was a bunch of extra footage that he had, but none of it was it was not finished. There was no movie that was done that was toted. There was footage, but no movie. Like he had this rough cut that he was just showing people. So there was no technical Snyder cut that was out there. And so when Warner Media greenlit the Snyder cut, they had to spend $70 million to finish it. Like that is not a movie that is already done. Like it wasn't finished.
And then it just got released, or did people? Have to
and it just got released on HBO Max, like the full 4-hour long version of it, because they released a theatrical version of it that Joss Whedon finished, and so there's this whole drama between like Zack Snyder not getting to finish the original vision for his movie.
Did Joss Whedon help with it or no?
He finished the original theatrical release that came out, and then he got canceled.
Yeah, Joss Whedon got canceled.
Yeah, he got canceled for being an asshole.
Really?
Yeah, like that. That's
maybe. Wait,
like
is that a category?
The celebrity gossip?
No, the YouTube category. I mean, would that really wouldn't play to our strengths.
I mean, I
That
don't
we,
know. It's just so I just love like don't have an opinion about it. Like honestly, like
right.
I'm like
You just
I
love the
don't care.
behind the scenes
Yeah,
of
I just love hearing about all the drama. Like I love
yeah.
hear like yeah, cuz
It's super high school, isn't
oh
it?
yeah, it's so high
Super high
school and
school.
like all
Yeah.
the Disney drama and like all the like that's behind the scenes that's going on with like Lucasfilm. Like that stuff's to me is way more interesting than the actual movies they're making now.
Right. No, right. And then because it's show people, so their lives depend on it.
Yeah, and so
Everything is so dramatical.
it's like and it's funny and like
You'll
being in
never
Los
work in this town
Angeles
again. Yeah.
the like the sort of allure of movies and stuff it's all kind of lost on me now like I have a no, like for real I have a heart especially when everything's like HD and stuff like that like I can't watch a movie and not tell that it's a set like because I know what I'm looking at and I'm like this is a set like I'm just completely taken out because I know that they're movie sets and they're pieces and it was done in a studio and I just like kind of lose
and
interest.
And you may sympathize with me. I have people around me who just go, I am nuts because certain things will happen in a movie where it takes me out of the movie and it reminds me that it's exactly like you said.
Yeah.
It's a film, right? I mean, it's something. And the movie, what was the movie Tom Hanks was in about Castaway?
Right.
So big night, going out with a friend and my sister. Every packed theater because it's Tom Hanks and it was a big, huge movie, right? The very opening scene of that movie is it's a faraway shot goes down over the house and you see the FedEx truck coming. And so, you know how in the corners of people's houses, there would be a mailbox? There's a stop sign, say it's 4-corner road that you can see FedEx is coming up. There's a 4-corner road. One is a stop sign, one is a street sign, and the other has like a mail post, something like that. Well, this is like in the first 3 minutes of the movie. I look down and as the shot is coming closer to identify the stop sign and you can see the house in the background, I could see that in the stop sign, there were 2 like tracks like an ATV. So the ATV drove through that area, which they couldn't have because there's a stop sign. So they drove through and they have tracks on either side. And then somebody afterwards put a stop sign there to build the shot.
Okay.
You could totally see that it was a set at that moment. It wasn't, country USA seeing the FedEx. It just took me totally out of the movie going, because I want to be immersed in the movie. So that was one of those things of, oh, okay, some person, because no one was thinking someone weird like me would see that detail.
Yeah.
That you can see, because you can see the 2 tracks. Anyway, but everyone around me, when I explain that, I'll say, yeah, Castaway, totally. I couldn't concentrate after I saw that. I watched the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember much about Castaway. Like I watched it once and was like, all right. Yeah. Wilson.
Right. And then that weird thing where technically what's so funny about it is like, how lucky are you that, well, because that's right, the plane went down, all that stuff that.
I don't remember. I don't.
Yeah.
No.
The details.
I couldn't tell you.
But I was just pointing in the end because of course, in movies, you want the true love. You wanted the girlfriend Jenny that he screamed about all the time. Oh no, that Jenny, that was a different movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was in Forrest Gump. Anyway, I'm getting okay. All right, so here's 2
CGI fight scenes throw me off. Like with all the action movies have CGI fight scenes, especially in the superhero ones.
Right.
And like it if I want to watch that, I'll watch a cartoon, which I would rather watch a cartoon
or anime. Right.
Yeah, so keep the people out of it. Like just take the humans out of it and make it a cartoon or a CG movie. Right. Or let them actually like fight and do so I just don't like a lot of the CG stuff.
So I had a funny idea for a funny segment on a topic that is really popular on YouTube. Shopping sprees and hauls.
I don't know. What does that mean? What do you mean?
So it's where people go, I guess, okay. Many women in particular enjoy watching people going on shopping sprees for things they can only imagine themselves buying.
Oh.
Shopping sprees videos, more traditionally known as haul videos, people shopping for particular products. The most common types tend to be beauty, fashion. The videos give a clear opportunity for brands wanting to engage influence marketing. I guess when I think of autumn haul and try on, is that maybe people looking for deals or bargains, or I guess
I
maybe a
don't
haul.
know.
That
I might
haul
be a
doesn't
little
that.
bit of a hater, but I don't want to see somebody buying a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to
Well,
be.
congratulations, you're not a mini woman.
Right?
But no, but the funny part would be that's the funny part. You go in, say you go to the grocery store to get your pancake mix, right? Because you make pancakes. Then you go to I'm making pancakes for the week.
Oh.
And here's my shopping spree. I thought that'd be funny.
Yep.
I got my big haul. It's like,
Got
it's
my,
Safeway. They've got to buy one, get one free. I got a month's worth of pancake mix.
I put oatmeal and cinnamon in it, so
It's a
that's
big
my
day. It's a
that's
big
my
day.
secret. That's my secret pancake ingredient. Is I put oatmeal in the pancake mix.
You shouldn't do that before the big reveal. You've kind of given away the big reveal. Now we're going to find something else you make. All right, so here's the second one, which this is news to me. Unboxing videos where you get a box and you open it.
I've thought about doing some fake ones.
Do you think they're real? I mean, somebody's opened a box and they're saying,
"Oh no,
I can't believe I gained." You think they're real?
Yeah, I think they're real. I've thought about doing some fake ones, like be like, why did someone put a sock in this box?
Right. What about
an old sandwich? Why would you send me this?
I think that we should raise golden retriever puppies and film them learning to swim, and people watch it millions time over.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody with a farm?
No.
Do you know a male and female purebred golden retriever that would give us puppies for free?
I'd like to find some Great Dane puppies.
You know what? A Great Dane would be perfect for a studio apartment because they do not require a tremendous amount of
none at all.
Right.
Jeez, like oh my God, they are so expensive too. My friends Amy and Joe, they have 2 Great Danes.
Yeah.
They require all kinds of money and attention.
Yes. But it is amazing. They are good city dogs. So are Mastiffs, these really big dogs, because it's just a lot for them to get around. But they're not as like a herding dog or a retrieving dog that they've got to run, or German Shepherd. They have to run it out of the system. But that's another thing.
We always had Australian Shepherds.
You grew up on a dairy farm.
Yeah, we always had Australian Shepherds because they helped my mom bring the cows in.
Yep. And the milk.
Yep.
But the people love their animals, and that's serious. It's like talking about pets.
Yep.
That's another good thing. And I want to do something like that. Because
pets.
People love their pets, and pets love their people. Can we put that on a t-shirt? People love their pets.
I don't know about cats though. Like I like cats, but I don't trust them. Like I kind of feel like cats are just sort of waiting for their owners to die so they can eat them.
Yeah, I have had many cats. The only one that was what I would call loving, and there was one.
Yeah.
Everybody else was very aloof. And when they wanted attention or love, they'd come up to me and say, "Okay, pet me now." And then when they nip at me,
they're like, "I'm done."
Yeah, they're a single solitary. But what ruined me is the first cat, who was always on my lap or making sitting on my feet when I'm in front of the computer, and then thinking, oh, I could have a whole farm of all these beautiful, lovely, sweet cats, and then everybody after that was kind of.
They were all jerks.
And they lived forever. My cats lived to be very old. Like my oldest was 21.
Oh,
my second oldest was 19, and third oldest 17. I mean,
wow.
And newsflash: when you have them young and you have them forever, they go, boom, boom, boom. And so they just go, wow. And it's weird, but they taught a lot, and they also. Even the dogs who were young and they had no clue as to what cats were, so they just chased them until the cats scratched them across the nose. So it's like that was a rite of passage for the dogs. They all have that little scar on their nose. Because you just, they must look to a dog like a toy, like a big chewy toy, until they back them into a corner. But yeah, I do like cats. I don't know what's a cat's head either, but I do love animals, and
they're fun.
They are, and people who there's just some great stories, and there's some cuckoo stories, and but pets
I love other people's dogs. Like I love because I love getting to hang out with the Great Danes. Like I'll watch them a lot. Like they're super fun.
But there's stories too, and that's what's neat. That's what I love about people, because I always say like, okay, what's the story with your dog? And then those people, like all my dogs are and cats were rescue of some sort, and so you just get dropped off with just dropped off. Right. So then I would make up their story based on their personality, and so other people, and so I always make this joke. Someone's like, "Well, we picked them at the pound, and what they thought it was this," and they tell this big elaborate story. I'm like, you just made that story up. And they're like, well, probably. It just laughs. But I just love it, just because there's so very few things you can talk about to people that you have in common. But man, somebody who has pets, you can just get a whole chill vibe. And it is fun to talk about them.
Definitely.
Yes. Anyway, Ryan, I think we're done tonight.
I think so. We got in.
Can we do a commercial for your new website? Your new podcast?
Yes, the Play Nice Podcast. Check it out on youtube.com/trashcanconductor. And
we're going to see this video where? Are we going to post this video?
Oh, this one?
Yes.
Where we can post it wherever. It can be on
both channels?
Yeah, sure. We can do it on Trash Can Conductor and Jianchor.
We're rebels.
Yeah,
we're gonna have so many signs on the banner that there's not gonna be room for us.
There's not. Yeah,
I saw in the background. I'm just gonna have to put like Rita.
Like as soon as I saw this one, I was like, oh, I didn't. I haven't had time to update this banner yet. Which will be next. Which will be coming up next.
So all of our hundreds of I know.
It's gonna look like the hood of a NASCAR. And on that note,
thank you to our hundreds of trillions of viewers. We look forward to the next time.
And
have a good night.
Have a good night.